Simon, 3-1 defeat today at Bradford Park Avenue. Do you think that scoreline was a fair reflection on the afternoon?
I think, to be fair to Bradford, they deserved the 3 points. We got a little bit stretched later on, and where they scored the third, we tried to commit a lot of attacking bodies forward. And we lost our shape really, second half fizzled out. The first goal was a big one for them, because it would have been for us if we'd have scored, because it was a tight affair as you'd expect with a derby against a good team. But we've got to dust ourselves down, we're still second, and just reflect properly so we don't get people undermining their own confidence and move on.
As you say, it looked a fairly even clash, typical derby in many ways, teams trying to work each other out. Just how frustrating was it to concede the first from a set piece as well? Yeah,
really frustrating. You know, we go through the set pieces, we go through designated markers. It was a good delivery, a away swinger, and boys are good in the air, so we put a good header of the ball against him, but we got nowhere near him. Really frustrating, and I know you do see it at all levels, set pieces going in, but it's when it's your own team you take it a bit more personally. Disappointing. We've got to be better in that respect.
After a defeat, I'm sure the players will be desperate for a response, as will the management team. Which areas do you think we could improve on in the next game?
Just about all of them, actually. We haven't been ourselves the last 2 games. Maybe it's so close to the end of the fixture list before the playoffs. Disappointed that we've had a blip and a bit of a lull over the last 2 games. But we've had a good chat in the changing room, and we can come out fighting next week, and then look forward to the playoff games, and we're going to try and earn promotion through the playoffs now.
Looking at the bigger picture in the league table, just 1 point would secure second place and home advantage throughout the playoffs. How important is it now that we end the season on a high?
I think it is important, and we've raised expectations, within the squad, because the 100+ goals are scored in all competitions, and we've had a cracking year. The last thing you want is for it to fizzle out, and I think that's why a couple played with a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of playing basically with a handbrake on. And this week will all be about enjoyment, getting the ball out, playing, dealing with the ball, and we've built it on that right from early pre-season. So we won't change our methods. We'll hold our nerve off the pitch, and then I'm sure the lads are going to respond, and they're all up for it, that's for sure.
A lot of people look at momentum when going into the almost lottery it is of the playoffs sometimes. Would you share that view in that ending the season with a win would have a big impact going into that semi-final?
Yeah, you always want momentum going into it. In a daft kind of way, we've probably lowered expectations because of the last 2 games. But I think if we focus on ourselves, get people refreshed in the week and the week after, we'd have certainly taken this position in the summer. And the lads have adapted to full time, the club has, and at times the lads have been a joy to watch. We haven't been the last 2, but we can remind ourselves of getting it more right than we've got wrong. As I say, we're chomping at the bit, to be fair. Well, we will be next week for the next game, and the games thereafter.
Thank you.
Cheers.